a while since I've done just an old-fashioned bank-rolled box of pennies, so went ahead and picked up 3 California penny boxes in hopes of finding some goodies. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and first and foremost, I'm super excited about doing this penny hunt today because these 3 boxes are from California. Now, one of my subscribers, Stands with a Lean, said, Rob, I'd love to have some of your mats, and I said, I'd love some California penny boxes. If you want to do a trade, I'll go ahead and trade you 3 penny boxes for some mats. And he said, no problem. Now, he did pop the top to the first box here to make sure that he got some circulated cents. And he did, so I appreciate that. I thought it was cool that he didn't even open up the other 2 boxes. So I don't know if these are going to be uncirculated or circulated. I would imagine that they're going to be circulated, but then again, you never know. That being said, I do love hunting California penny boxes because I'll get a lot more chances at getting some of those last year regular issue San Francisco minted copper cents from 1974 and earlier. So that's what we're looking for. Maybe some estimated wheat cents, maybe some varieties or 2. That'd be awesome as well. Who knows? I'm only going to be hunting 1 box in this video because I'm going to assume that there'll be enough finds in 1 penny box to just do 1 box. But I do want to say that I'll make this a 3-part series, which is why I'm showcasing all 3 boxes now. Now, I'm not going to crack open these 2 boxes down here. We'll save those for when we do those videos. But we'll kick it off with this first box. And like I said, I did already check. It is circulated cents. I saw some copper enders like that one right there. And I saw some shield cent enders. Let me go ahead and slide these out of the way, bring this box down and get it ready to hunt. And I'll be right back. All right, you can see the inspection stamp here, September 7th, 2020. Packaged by Dagoberto Serrano. Well, Dagoberto, I hope there's some goodies in here. Can't wait to get the hunt on. Now, I'll be using my Lincoln Penny Point Hunts mat because I really want to be focusing on some of these varieties. I've found several of these, obviously not the major ones, but I have found some of them, and I'm hoping to find 1 or 2 in these 3 boxes. That would be really cool. Now, I've got my copper cup because I always get asked why I save all the copper cents. It's just hard for me to turn back in copper cents knowing they're worth more than face value, and I just stack them up. I have my scale here to weigh up anything that I come across that I want to double check, especially the 82D small dates and all the 83 cents that I find. I also have my microscope here so that I can get up close and personal on the screen to check for some of the varieties listed on my mat. Talked long enough. Let's get an old-fashioned penny hunt on, and I'll bring you in on my first find. Right off the bat, roll 1, about halfway through it, we got our first find of the box. It is a pretty toasty Canadian from 1991, but it gets us on the board. Roll number 7 is going to yield our very first wheat cent of the box. And this one is a 1944 Philadelphia. I'll point out that I didn't show it, but take a look at this very beautiful 1964 D. Holy cow. Nice seeing some almost uncirculated cents from the 60s in the box. Roll number 8, our second Canadian of the box, 1979. Roll number 14, and we have our second wheat cent of the hunt. Color looks like it could be old. Let's see if it is. It's a 1944 again. 2 wheat cents, both 44p's. We're on roll 22, and I haven't decided whether or not this is a proof yet, but that's a pretty shiny 1968S. It's the first year San Francisco started making proofs. Just over 3 million were minted in 1968 from San Francisco. It's heavily circulated, but it does have that proof look to it, and I'm willing to bet it probably is a proof coin, but it is pretty dinged up. And obviously there's no cameo on it because before 1973, the cameos or deep cameos really were not necessarily a thing. Technology wasn't as good then, but putting it under the light, man, it certainly looks odd for sure. Anyway, 68S could be a proof. I'm going to pull it aside either way because it is still a nice coin. Now let's get back to the hunt and see if we can get something other than a 44 wheat cent. Well, roll 24 is going to give us something other than a 44 wheat cent because we just got a 1948 Denver minted wheat cent, and it's not in that bad a shape either. Third wheat cent of the box, not halfway through yet. Roll 26, we have our third Canadian. Just as many Canadians as wheat cents so far, 3 and 3, and that one's a 1994. Roll 27, Canadian cent number 4. Guess they didn't like me saying they were tied with the wheat cents, 1969, so they went ahead and took the lead. Roll number 32, and staying with the 40s, we've got our fourth wheat cent here, and it's going to be a 1942. So we've got a 42, two 44s, and a 48D. Let's get some more. Roll number 33, wheat cent number 5. Is it going to be in the 40s again? It is a 1949D. That is now 5 wheat cents, all in the 40s. Roll number 39 is going to yield our 6th wheat cent of the box, and if it holds true, it'll be another one from the 40s. But let's take a look. No, we actually have one from the 50s now, 1950, but San Francisco minted. Just grabbed roll number 44 out of the box, flipped it around, and we've got a wheat cent. It's going to be from the 40s as well, as expected, and it'll be number 7 of the hunt. Let's see what it is. That wheat cent ender is a 44D, so we can check it for the D over S. It is not the D over S, and it's our third from 1944, albeit our first minted from Denver. Well, we finished that penny box, and it was a little lighter than I wanted, but we did get 7 wheat cents, and more importantly, 6 in the 40s, which typically, even though you do get a lot of 40s and 50s, I see mostly 50s in my boxes. The oldest of the box was a 1942 Philadelphia, and the newest of the box was a 50S. So, not that bad. We ended with 4 Canadians. I did find 6 1959s. None of them were the RPMs. 2 beautiful Lincoln Memorial cents made out of copper, a 64D, and that 68S that could be a proof, maybe not. And then a couple of 69S's. Thought I'd see a few more than that in the box, but we did get 2, which is a little bit better than I normally get in my boxes. Of course, none of which were the DDO. We actually had a very light copper box, maybe 200 here, maybe 150. So a lot lighter than I normally see. And when you think about the amount of copper that was in the box compared to getting 7 wheat cents, I'll take it. Again, wish we would have got something old or something crazy like a variety, but we didn't find any of that in this box. Still a fun hunt. I love hunting these California boxes. And there was a lot of 71S and 72S Lincoln Memorial cents in the box, just none of them really worth keeping. They were pretty toasty. Hopefully, despite the lack of finds, you still had fun watching me hunt this penny box. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.